Hi, and welcome to Edolab Markets. Today we are going to work with the Ichimoku cloud, using Edo Ichimoku State. The classic Ichimoku system has 5 lines and a cloud, and reading all of them at once is where most people give up. This indicator does the reading for you. It keeps the cloud, checks the 4 things that matter, and turns the whole picture into a single state. On CrowdStrike weekly price is well above a rising green cloud, and the state reads confirmed up. 1 word instead of 5 lines. That is the whole idea. The one piece it keeps on the chart is the cloud itself, the Kumo. It is the space between 2 lines projected forward, green when the faster one is on top, red when it is below. The cloud is support and resistance at the same time, and its color is the slower, structural bias of the trend. On RTX weekly the cloud turned green back in 2024 and price has ridden above it ever since. Price above a green cloud is the healthiest picture Ichimoku can give you. Behind the candles, the background is tinted with the current state, so you can read it without the panel. There are 5 tints: strong green, soft green, gray, soft red and strong red. On Gilead weekly you can follow the whole history in the background alone, red in the 2022 decline, and green through the trend. Gray is the honest one. It means the signals disagree and there is no clean state. The color is a summary, and the panel is the detail behind it. The strongest state is confirmed up, and it needs 4 things to line up at once. Price above the cloud, a bullish cloud, the faster line above the slower one, and the lagging span free above old price. When all 4 agree, the score reads 4 out of 4 and the state is confirmed up. On Sysco weekly that is exactly the picture, every criterion on the bullish side, price riding a green cloud. Confirmed down is the mirror of this, all 4 on the bearish side. Between the confirmed states there are the bias states, and this is where the score does the work. A bias reading means most of the criteria agree, but not all 4. The trend is leaning one way without full confirmation. On Albemarle weekly 3 of the 4 bearish boxes are ticked, so the state is biased down. The cloud is still bullish from the old trend, but price, the cross and the lagging span have all turned down. Bias is the early warning, confirmed is the agreement. The score tells you which one you are in. The middle state is undefined, and it happens most often inside the cloud. When price is trading between the 2 cloud lines, Ichimoku has no clear support or resistance, and the state goes neutral. On Costco weekly price has climbed back into the cloud, and the panel reads undefined, price inside. It can also happen when the 4 criteria split evenly, 2 against 2. Undefined is not a signal to do nothing forever. It is the indicator telling you to wait for the cloud to resolve. Confirmed down is the full bearish state, price below a red cloud, the cross down, and the lagging span held below. On Paramount weekly the cloud has been red and falling for years, with price pinned underneath it the whole way. The background is a solid red and the bear score reads 4 out of 4. Every rally that reached the cloud was capped by it. That is the cloud acting as resistance. A confirmed state does not predict the next candle. It tells you which side has full control right now. All the detail lives in the panel, in the top right corner. The top row is the state and how many bars it has held, so you can see if it is fresh or mature. Then the 4 criteria, 1 line each, price versus the cloud bias, the Tenkan-Kijun cross, and the lagging span. And the 2 scores at the bottom, bull and bear, out of 4. That is what drives the state. Read the state for the summary, the criteria for the reason, the score for the strength. Let's open the settings and go through them. The first block is the classic Ichimoku lengths, 9, 26 and 52, with the 2 displacements. By default only the cloud is drawn, to keep the chart clean, but you can turn the individual lines back on. The tenkan, the kijin and the lagging span appear, if you want the full Ichimoku behind the state. On Marvel Weekly you can see them draw over the cloud. Cancel puts it back to clean. Back in the settings, the rest is presentation. You can turn the state background on or off, set its opacity, or paint the candles by state instead. Each of the 5 states has its own color, so you can match them to your own scheme. The cloud can be shown or hidden and its opacity set, and the panel has its corner, size and theme. On Pepsi Weekly the defaults are a good place to start. The indicator ships with 11 alerts, and you reach them from the Create Alert dialog. They cover every state change, price entering or leaving the cloud itself flipping color, and the Tenkan Kijin cross. None of them is a buy or a sell order. They mark that a condition has been met on the closed candle. Edo Ichimoku State is free and open source. You will find the full script on TradingView, and everything else on our website, www.edolab.io. Structure before signals. This is Edolab Markets, and we'll see you in the next video.